and gentlemen, again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Again, my name is Tia Thomas out of New Jersey in the tri-state area. I'm so pleased to have you guys on tonight for this exciting presentation. Something you're going to learn tonight. I remember getting on a call just like this only a few short time ago, maybe not even 2 months, and completely changed my life. So I'm excited to bring our presenter on. I'm just getting to know this woman of a particular age. She is now like a big sister to me, a mentor to me. Her name, she goes by the name of Mrs. Verdita Monk. She has been an industry leader in the network marketing arena for over 30 years. She is no stranger to, having success. She is a successful designer, home designer. And so she doesn't have to do network marketing because she designed multi-million-dollar homes. And I tell you, when you see her, you will know what she's a woman of class, a woman of talent, but she loves this industry because of what it's able to do to create financial freedom for others and also giving people more time back with their family. So I'm pleased to have her be on this call to help us with this Zoom tonight. She's one of the leaders in our organization. And I'm so proud to be working with her. Again, Mrs. Verdita Monk, are you there?
I am here, Tia. Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you. Take it away. You look so beautiful tonight.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
Happy pre-anniversary.
So much. Thank you so much. We literally have already been celebrating. You know how we do. Been having a great time. But I want to thank you, Tia, for your leadership and, just for being the kind of person that cares about people, because I know you will be kind of telling a little bit about your testimony later, but literally, I know that you partner with us because of the fact that what we're about to talk about literally changed your life. And so I just want to thank you for being obedient to your spirit. I want to thank everybody else on this call, Miss Larease Rivers, who's a leader on this call, Miss Juanita Kraft, who's a leader on this call, who may be responsible for some of you being on the call tonight. But I just want to thank the guests for taking the time out. We won't be long, but we will be strong. And so I want to help you all get a good understanding of what you may have been told. And it has to do with a patch, a very little tiny patch about the size of a quarter. And I have one here so that you can, as you see it on the lady's shoulder, but I have one right here in my hand. It's very, very small, very small. So this is not scary, and when you think of patches, you think of something big and bulky, not that type of patch. This particular patch is going to elevate you. It's going to activate you, and it's going to regenerate you. So let's go ahead and get started. Why? Why are we talking about a patch? This is called the X39 stem cell activation patch. This is not an ordinary patch. This is not ordinary science. It's phenomenal, something they said could never be done. But let me tell you why it is important. When it comes to stem cells, the faster we age, the slower we heal. Okay, the faster we age, the slower we heal. And hundreds of millions of people are experiencing symptoms of aging. Okay, the baby boomers. I'm a baby boomer. That's the largest population ever, and that is the population that is really experiencing most of the illnesses and things that you're going to be hearing about. So here's something that's a fact. At age 30, about half of our stem cells become inactive. Okay, that's why we start getting tired. That's why we start having pain and different kind of ailments. That by the time we're 60, we lose almost all of our stem cell activity, and that's why people begin to get dementia and brain fog and just aches and pains, all of that. Okay, so that's why we want to talk about that, because some people rather are in such dire situations, so bad that they're willing to go and get what we call a stem cell injection. You may have heard of a stem cell injection before. That's where they literally take maybe embryos or fetuses or even other something else that they put in your body, and they inject it into your body. The thing about that, it's not necessarily safe because first of all, it may work about 30% of the time, but also it's very expensive. So I don't care how sick you are or how messed up you are, you may not be able to afford it, and insurance doesn't cover it. I mean, those injections can cost anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000 to $100,000 per injection. Why would anyone want to spend that kind of money and not even be able to, not even know whether or not it's going to work? And so let me tell you a little bit about this particular patch. It's made of nanocrystals right in the center. These are nanocrystals. They're made in a lab of plants and salts. And so they're formulated to activate your copper peptides. Copper peptides are the holy grail of anti-aging. Many skincare products nowadays, the higher end skincare products, you hear all about copper peptides, and that the more copper peptides you have, the better you're going to decrease your wrinkles. And what happens though, when you elevate your copper peptides, your own stem cells begin to reactivate. That's the part that's the phenomenon, because they said it could never be done. The only thing that scientists knew could be done is you could get an injection. That's it. But in this case, there's nothing going into your body. There is nothing, it's not transdermal. What happens is our body, we're light beings, and we have heat. So when we put the patch on, these crystals reflect off of the light of our body, and then they activate our copper peptides. And when that happens, it reactivates our own stem cells. Once again, something they said could never be done. There's a person named Beverly Woods that's having a difficult time getting on the call. I don't know if you know who she is, you may want to reach out to her, because I think she's tried to get on about 6 or 7 times now. Okay. So let me tell you a little bit about the company, LifeWave. This is this company's been around for over 19 years. And what happened was 20 years ago, our founder created his very first patch and has been doing so ever since. But the company grew up just about 2 or 3 years ago up to 20 million a year, and went all the way to 280 million in the last 2 years. And that's because of a young lady by the name of Onyx Cole, who caught the vision of this and took the company to over 280 million. Now we're in over 75 countries, literally all over the world. There's hardly any place that you can think of that this patch is not already in that country. Okay, I'm trying to go to the next screen, but my computer is not wanting to cooperate. Thank you. All right, I want to introduce you to this gentleman. His name is David Schmidt. This is our CEO and founder. This man is literally a genius. Remember, they said it couldn't be done, but because of his diligence, his persistence, his brilliance, he made it happen. He worked in that lab for 10 years to create this patch, the X39 patch. Now, he's a scientist and he's an inventor and the 2-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award for the International Hall of Fame. So we have we are very fortunate to be working alongside him. I got a chance to meet this gentleman personally. He is so humble. Sometimes people are geniuses, they don't really feel like they're geniuses, but he definitely is. So he patented all of these patches, but this particular one, the X39, is patented for the next 17 years because it was created in 2020 and is patented for 20 years. So, this is not something that you can go to your local Walgreens or Whole Foods or somewhere like that and get it. You can only get it through. All right. And so it's not what we call a Me Too product. And we're very, very, very proud to be able to be the sole marketer of this product. Let me tell you how you're going to wear this patch. You're going to put it anywhere on your body for 12 hours and then take it off for 12 hours. Now, the reason you see it placed behind the C7 bone, which is the bone that sticks up when you lean your head over behind your neck, the C7 bone, or 2 finger widths below your navel, is because they did over 80 case studies. And in the case studies, everything has to be consistent. And so they just, this diagram just shows what they did in the case study, but you can literally put it anywhere. If you have pain in your knee, you could put the patch on your knee. If you have pain on your back, you could put the patch on your back. So you can, but you don't really have to wear more than one at a time. But here's the important part: you want to drink plenty of water, because your body will begin to detox, or may begin to detox. And if you want, when it happens, you want to flush all those toxins out so that the patch will be more effective. Now, here are some of the things that you may experience when you wear these patches. Now, let me be clear and give a disclaimer. I'm not saying, and we cannot say, that this patch is healing, curing, or mitigating anything. All this patch is doing, remember, nothing is going into your body. All the patch is doing is the crystals in the patch are reflecting off of the light of your body, and therefore it's rebooting your body to a state where it heals itself. So you may experience rapid pain relief. You may experience reduced inflammation, which is the root cause of many illnesses that we experience. You may experience wound healing. It supports wound healing. It gives you a tremendous, some people, amount of energy and vitality, a tremendous amount of mental clarity. It enhances sports performance, faster recovery from exercise, and improved skin appearance. Now, I want to show you this map. It's called a topography map. What it does, it shows the brain of a 77-year-old woman who put the patch on the back of her neck, and they tested her, looked at her brain, and all this orange area is all the inflammation in her brain, okay? 3 weeks later, they looked again, and all the inflammation was gone. And so the light blue area is where you start seeing the stem cell activity. But 3 weeks after that, they look at her brain again. Look at all the light blue areas. That is the stem cell activity in just a total of 6 weeks. And so this is how amazing this patch is working. This is helping. This is what's happened to our brain when we wear this patch. Now, per the 80 case studies that I was telling you about, these are some of the things that happen in the case studies. The first few days, about 4,000 genes began to reset. Within 6 weeks, the brain became balanced. People that had PTSD, anxiety, or depression, those symptoms decreased. And within 3 months, ladies, your collagen begins to increase. Your wrinkles decrease, your hair starts growing tremendously. I tell you, now I'm having to get my hair cut, literally, or trimmed every 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, I don't even normally have to go to the beauty shop that often, but I have to now because I got to get it trimmed. And people are saying, what are you doing to your skin? You know, people that haven't seen me in a long time. So it really is working. Within 6 months, the heart begins to reverse in age. This one right here is near and dear to me, and I'll tell you why. A friend of mine named Jeffrey, who's diabetic, first of all, his diabetes, he was having to take 4 insulin shots per day because his numbers were so high all the time. And after about 3 days of wearing the patch, he was able to not have to take those injections. But every once in a while, he'll take an injection. But the part that I want to highlight right now is his heart, because about 3 years ago, he had a stroke, and they would not allow him to leave the hospital without a pacemaker. Well, every 6 weeks, he had to go to the cardiologist. And with that pacemaker, see, his heart was operating at 15%, and the pacemaker raised his heart rate up to 45%. But 6 weeks, which was in January of this year, when he went back to his cardiologist, the cardiologist says your heart is operating at 100% and you're no longer relying on the pacemaker. And that is what I'm talking about. See, we don't really have time to waste. We've got people out here whose lives, you know, we can help change. And so those are some of the things you may experience. I want you to write this down, startx39.com, because that is the site that goes over all the 80 case studies. You may have doctors and technical people that want to know all this technical stuff. That's all in there. You may want to listen to some doctors' reviews. There's all kinds of testimonies and videos. Everything you need to know about X39 is right here on this site. And then this is just this was just a visual of what I was telling you about earlier about wound healing. Look at this lady's face. Look at this scar, how bad it looks. And 3 weeks later, 21 days later, this scar is almost gone. And then here's another illustration of a lady who wore the patch for a year, and those wrinkles and deep creases started smoothing out. Here's a picture of a gentleman who has almost bald right here, and his hair started getting in thicker. So these are just some visuals of what I am talking about. And so what I want to do at this time, because if you ask me, this right here is the most important part of tonight's call, because the testimonies are the star of the show. I want to bring on someone to bring this to life so that you all can hear from them directly of what this patch has done for them. The first person I want to ask to come to the screen, you can unmute yourself and share your camera. Miss Denise Coley, if you please come on. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Please come on. Tell what you've experienced with this patch so far. How long have you been wearing the patch? What was going on with you before the patch? And what is it like now? Denise Coley.
Thank you so much for having me here. I just want to share with everyone, I'm just going to be very frank. I was really skeptical. My friend called me probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, talking about this amazing, thing that she's seen, just like you guys are here seeing tonight. And I listened to them, and I wasn't on the call when she was, like you guys are here. And the next morning I looked at the video while I was walking, and I was floored with what I heard. And I called up Tia, whom you heard do the intro earlier. And I just said, if this product really works, I said, where do you live? I'm coming down to you tomorrow morning. And I drove about an hour, I think in 30 minutes, 45 minutes with traffic. And I went down to see Tia to pick up the patch. Now, I had a knee injury that I had from an old basketball injury back in high school. But over the years, it's been really bothering me. Well, this past year, I was in the gym and I have a torn meniscus on my left side and the right side of my left knee. And I have a big cyst on the back that was filled up with water. And I was barely being able to bend my leg. And I was like, and I walk every single day. Right now, I'm in 24 days of 90 of doing something every day for myself. So every day I get out and I still exercise, but I'm exercising in pain. So I said, if this can help, I want it. So I went down to Tia. She did. She patched up my knee. And I can tell you the next day, and I'm like still floored about it, my knee unlocked. And the day after that, I said, let me see if I can run. I actually ran for the first time really without stopping since March. So for me, that was a huge deal. The swelling in the back of my knee went down. And to this morning, even I went hiking and it was no pain. Now, I know you guys can't really fathom that with my knee, but I can tell you if you had knee pain, you know how excruciating that can be. In addition to that, I remember being on that call that night with my friend Cheryl, who called me up like 10:30, and laying in the bed, and my partner's like, Denise, you're not doing the business. No, we ain't going there. Forget it. And I was like, if if it's gonna do what it says it does, we doing it. So he had hernia surgery back in 2011. He had the mesh put in. Now, when they went inside, they actually saw more than one hernia. So they ended up repairing 2 hernias. Immediately after surgery, he was still in pain. So he was going back to the doctor saying, listen, something's not right. Something doesn't feel right. And I'm saying, this is someone who's complaining every single day. Now, he is my real skeptic. So I patched him. The first day we put it under his navel. The next day, the time he did, we put it right where the groin area is. And I kid you not, within the next day or two, he was like, Denise, I hate to say it. He goes, I really hate to say it, but I'm not in any pain. But he said, more importantly, he said, the lump that was there is gone. Now that made me a believer because he complained every single day without fail. So when you start to see these things that have no rhyme or reasoning happening other than the new change that you put into your life, which is the patch, it was amazing. So for me, it's like, I feel everyone has to be able to do this. And I did have a friend the other day, we were having a conversation. He said, Denise, being in pain is inevitable. But he says suffering is optional. So just know that you have a lot of people out there that are suffering and they don't have to suffer. So what can you do? You can actually share this with them to see if this can change their circumstances. And that's what the patch has done for me and my family. Thank you so much for having me. And folks, you'll have your own testimony, and I can't wait to hear each and every one of yours as well.
Wow. Denise, thank you so much for being willing to share your testimony. That was just incredible. I'm glad you and your family are experiencing, having these wonderful experiences. And that's what this is all about. I told you all this is the highlight of this call, are these testimonies. So thank you so much again, Denise. Now we want to bring up Ms. Cheryl White. I believe that's who Denise attributed to having that conversation that night. So Ms. Cheryl, can you come on the call and share your testimony? Are you there, Cheryl? I see you.
Okay, yes, I am. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Cheryl White, and just like you guys on this call, I was invited by Tia to listen to this presentation. And at first I was a little bit hesitant, but something kind of pushed me and tell me to get on the call and hear what Tia has to say this time. So as I was on the presentation and started listening, my hairs on my hand started standing up when I'm listening to the testimony, because all I kept saying, if this does what it said, what these people are saying that it does, I definitely gonna get it for my dad. That's where my mindset went, simply because we've been struggling with my dad's health. His health has been deteriorating for a minute now. He's 87 years old, and he just seemed to be getting worse and worse and worse, where he just completely wasn't talking anymore. Like, oh, you could get maybe one word out of him, but I would visit and he would be just sitting there sleeping all day long. So on a Thursday, I believe, I told my sister, you know what, we have to take my dad to the doctor because his diabetes is out of control and he just seemed to be getting worse. So both of us took him to the doctor. The doctor gave us such bad news, telling us that it's really nothing that he could do for him there, but if we want to take him to the ER, but chances are he might not come back home alive due to his situation. They're going to pump him up with insulin and give him so much fluid that he might not make it back home. Both of us look at each other, our eyes was watering, but by this time, I'm not going to lie, I already had ordered my patch. I asked Tia to send me some samples, and I couldn't wait. On that Friday, I got the patch, and believe it or not, I put the patch on my dad's below his belly button. And I'm gonna tell you, he's a one patch wonder, because that same day, it's like a miracle came over my dad. Since that day till now, he's been FaceTiming with my son on the phone. He's been talking, laughing, chit-chatting with his sister in Florida. Even his sister called and said, my God, he sounds like when we were much younger, but this is what the patch is doing. He's actually downgraded from his walker to a cane. He could barely move. Oh, wait, this is the part that really, really got us the most, was when my mom called me the other morning and she said, Cheryl, do you know that your father is kneeling on his knees saying his prayers? And let me tell you guys something, my eyes filled up with water, because she said, I can't tell the last time he was able to kneel. And to me, that's powerful. So for me personally, all I'm doing is just trying to help others, because I see the miracle that this patch is performing, not just with my family, but all the testimonies that I have heard. So basically, guys, if you're on this call and you're second guessing, don't do it. Just go ahead and try this patch. I'm not sure what your circumstances is or who you know that could benefit, but believe me, I am telling you, this is really doing wonders for myself and my family. Thank you guys so much for having me on the call.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Cheryl, that was so amazing. And I'm so happy that your dad is getting so much better. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't running pretty soon. I mean, that is what this patch will do for people, you guys. This is why it's just so amazing. And we're so excited. And we'll talk about this some more, but I got one more person that has an outstanding testimony you got to hear from, Mr. LaRon Huff. Are you there? Mr. LaRon Huff.
Can you see me, ma'am? How you doing?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for talking to you the other day. I think yeah, I got invited to this opportunity by Miss Tia, and shout out to Miss Larease Rivers as well. So I'm a serial entrepreneur, crypto forex, but retired vet. I suffer from chronic neuropathy. I have 3 herniated discs in my back. You know, bad migraines, etc. I have pain, like chronic throughout my. You muted me by mistake. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, what happened with me is I'm a skeptic when it comes to health products. Often, I really don't do health products. I feel like you got to find your niche in this industry, but I believe health is wealth. So, Tia reached out to me, and I barely get I don't get enough sleep already. So pretty much, I got the patch on. She sent me some samples. I got the patch on the 3rd before I went out of town, and I applied the patch on the 4th of July. And I suffer from my left leg is really the worst, all the way through my groin, all the way down to my feet, etc. And I put the patch on about noon, and I pretty much was having a good day. I went to the movies that day. I was able to move out my day without any pain. And I take Tylenol 650s and gabapentin 600 milligrams. It's a lot, just to maneuver. And I didn't take no medication. I didn't take medication the last 4 days, and I haven't had any pain in the last 4 days. And I was able to get a full night's sleep, about 8 hours of sleep, and I'm thankful. So for me, being a vet, I can help a lot of vets. I know a lot of people that don't talk about their pain because a lot of men, we hold our pain in, and then go from there. So for me not to have no pain over the last 72 hours has been a blessing. And I joined at the gold level, and I'm looking forward to sharing, my testimony with a lot of friends and family and people that need it, because at the end of the day, what I'm saying, I don't care what the company you're in, what business you're in, health is wealth at the end of the day. So I just want to share that with y'all, and thank you for inviting me on the call. Shout out to Tia.
Well, thank you so much, LaRon. I remember speaking with you the other day, and I tell you, people, I know you look pretty young, so sometimes people misjudge you and think, oh, this person, there's nothing wrong with them. Your friends may not have even known there was anything, going on in your body. So don't hesitate to share with everybody. I'll tell you really quickly why my husband and I are here. And that is because, and same thing, we didn't have any pain. At least I should say same thing, but we didn't personally have any type of pain. We couldn't think of anything that we would need a patch for, but because we heard some testimonies like you're hearing tonight, we just went on and tried the patch. So we put the patch on that night, and basically I slept really, really sound. It was very noticeable. It was a different kind of sleep. It was that REM sleep. But when my husband put the patch on, I noticed that he wasn't snoring. And keep in mind, my husband, it was a chronic snorer for 10 years. The kind of snoring that is wakes up choking and coughing, but just so loud constantly that it is just terrible. And he would have to go upstairs. I had to wait. I said, you have to go upstairs, because I shouldn't have to go upstairs. I'm not the one's this snoring. But do you know that was November the 11th? And my husband stopped snoring, and he has not snored since then. So these are the kinds of things, we don't know what this patch is going to do. It's just very intelligent. And it just goes to to the weakest point of your body. It could be your heart, it could be your lungs, it could be your in somewhere in your intestine. It could be the pain. It could be somewhere in your brain. It could be your eye, like the lady on our team who was blind in one eye for 2 years and had a detached retina, had 2 surgeries, and they could not correct her vision. She was completely blind for 2 years. After putting the patch on, within 3 days, all of her sight came. So in other words, that's not pain, but that's something very unique that you would not even think. Isn't it amazing? So we could go on and on and on and on and on with these testimonies, because to me, that's the most exciting part. So what I want to do is I'm going to go right back to this so we can get you all, back to doing what you were doing. But I know you're not going to be able to sleep tonight because you're going to be so excited about these patches. So I know you can't wait to figure out how can you get some. Y'all could just shut up a long time ago, because all I want to know is how can I get some of those patches? Well, the person that invited you to this call may have texted over or emailed you this form right here. And this just so that you can kind of visually see all your options. Now, some people say, well, I just want to try it for a month. Yes, you can. You could be a retail customer and pay $150 retail for this patch. I want you to know these patches really are worth over $400 per month, but our founder is very generous and he wants it to get all over the world. So it needs to be affordable. So $150 is very, very reasonable for a 30-day supply. But then if you want to save money, you could be a preferred customer, but that does require a 6-month auto ship, meaning you're getting it every month for $119.95. However, if you, another way that you could get a 1 sleeve is to become a bronze. That's going to save you about $25 over just being a customer. But the benefit of being one of these distributor prices, even if you don't want to make money, why not save money, as well as you may change your mind, just like I think it was Denise, and you decide you want to build a team, from a standpoint that you want to share it with other people because you can't help it. The company literally pays you every time you share this with somebody and they purchase one of these packages. But these packages will put you into our binary compensation plan, which I'm about to share with you in a moment. The silver package gives you 3 sleeves. So now you're saving $25, which you would have paid on a starter kit for the bronze, but you're getting all 3 sleeves at $100. Okay. If you're married, you definitely need a silver at least, because you need one for you, one for your spouse. You need maybe some samples to share with your family or friends. The gold pack is the first package that allows you to get promoted through our compensation plan. You get 5 sleeves for $500. Actually, you get 5.5 sleeves. You get another half sleeve free for the gold package. Then the platinum is $999.95. This is where you start saving money. You're paying $84 a sleeve as opposed to $99. I love saving money. I'm always going to get the best deal. And then the diamond package is $1,600. Same price. You save money, $84 a sleeve. There is a difference between these packages. Okay, let me tell you what that difference is. With the platinum package and the diamond package, even though both of these are $84 a sleeve, the difference is this. When you get a platinum package, you're going to, the person that enrolled you, let's say you sign someone up as a platinum package. If you have a platinum package yourself, you're still going to make the $150, okay? Or if you have any of these packages, you're still going to make $150 when you enroll that platinum. But if you're a diamond, if you enroll a platinum, okay, someone needs to, I think that's Eunice, needs to mute yourselves. If you're a diamond package, then you enroll a platinum, you make $300, you double your money. If you are a diamond and you enroll a diamond, you make $500. And if you're not a diamond, the difference of $300 rolls up. The company pays the person above you, or whoever above you is a diamond, or what we call a senior director. The diamond package allows you to be paid in our compensation plan as a senior director for 90 days, as well as this. When you're building a team and we are experiencing something called residual income, you guys, if you don't know what residual income is, where you do something one time, you keep getting paid over and over and over for the same thing. Well, when you become a diamond, you don't have to pay that recurring order for 90 days. Every other package, you're paying the recurring order for 90 days. So those are some benefits. And so I'm a very analytical person. I'm a mathematician as well as an engineer, but you heard Tia say I'm an interior designer, but I know my numbers, and I don't like to leave any money on the table. In addition, we have a big vision for our team. We want it to be able to, if just like Denise or someone said, can I get some of these patches right now? I had this past week, I had 2 people that drove to my house that had to have the patches right then and there. And I didn't even tell them about it. Somebody else told them to call me. And so, you know, it's good to have the extra patches, sleeves rather, on hand. Sleeves are 30-day supplies. Okay, that's what they're called. They come in this beautiful packaging, and this is a 30-day supply of the X39s. Okay. Now, what's most important to you? If ever, I would be willing to say that everybody on this call would say their family is the most important thing to them. And then maybe next on their list is time freedom and financial freedom or security. That's very important, because you can't really, buy food or pay your rent or mortgage or do anything like that without money. People love to travel, see the world. People definitely, as you heard LaRon say, they want to experience better health, but everybody wants to get out of debt. So we are going to address all of these, and none of these will happen without money. So, we're not saying money is everything, but none of these things are going to allow you to experience none of these things without money. Okay. So what I want to do before I share with you this compensation plan, because I told you I was going to explain to you what is happening here financially. I want to introduce you to the lady that literally came on first, and let me fix my screen here. I'm trying to get this screen out of the way. She came on here first and welcomed everyone. She's out of the New Jersey area. I got a chance to meet this lady about 6 or 7 weeks ago. She is a seasoned networker. She knows her stuff, but she's extremely excited about what this patch has done for her, is doing for other people, and the potential of what it's going to do financially. So Miss Tia Thomas, please come on and break this down for us.
Hi, can you hear me? Can you see me? All right, let me unmute okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we sure can.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for bringing me back on. Guys, I am so excited about this tiny thing. It changed my life. Just a quick story about how I got started. I kind of took a break from network marketing. I've been in network marketing now for over 20 years. Maybe not as long as some other people, but over 20 years, and been very successful at it. I've been blessed to have built organizations of tens of thousands of people, and been in the category of multiple 6-figure income on my way to millionaireship. But, my mom passed away in 2021, and that really hit me really hard. I took a break. That was necessary for me. And guys, all of a sudden last year, all these things, it might've been the depression, because when you're sad, everything started happening in your body. I started having some challenges, just like the lady in the Bible with the issue with blood. If you have daughters, if you have wives, or if you're a woman, you understand what I'm talking about. That issue comes every month, but mine was out of control. My iron was very low, critically low, where I could have had a heart attack at any moment. It was very bad. So I had to have infusions. And so my doctor, my OB/GYN said, listen, the only way to take care of this was to have surgery. But in the meantime, I was in critical pain every day since February. I got introduced to this product by Miss Larease River. She called me one night. I was in a lot of discomfort, a lot of pain. And because I couldn't sleep, she knew I was up, okay? I suffer from insomnia. And she told me she's gonna send me a sample of this patch. I didn't believe that it would work, but she insisted, and I would try anything. When you're in pain, you will try anything. So I was skeptical. I got the patch on about 6:30, and around 8 o'clock, just like this, she invited me to a call. At that time, I said, I'm not in pain. I thought it was my mind. And that night I got ready for bed, took a shower. I noticed the issue of blood was not there. I said, okay, this is a little crazy. And guys, the next day I woke up and that issue never came back. And that to me was biblical. It was like literally a miracle. I laughed, I cried. I literally asked her what the, witchcraft is this? But this patch saved me. And about 4 days on the patch, because prior to that I was swollen and just inflamed. I lost 5 pounds, but it wasn't weight. It was inflammation, came all out of my body. I did end up having the surgery because of how much blood I had lost. And I just didn't want to go through that anymore. My kids are 15, they're twins. And so guys, but guess what? My healing, my doctor could not believe how fast I was healing. I literally had a major surgery at 3 o'clock one day, and the next day I was released right around noon. It was incredible because the doctor told me I should be in the hospital for about 2 to 3 days. And this patch has really changed my life, saved my life. And I've been calling everyone. And so it took me out of retirement because one, it's a 19-year-old company, which means stability to me. It is not a Me Too product, which I was kind of getting tired of. Everybody has CBD, everybody has weight loss, everybody has this. But really what took me out of retirement was what it did for me. And I just couldn't keep it to myself. So you guys, whatever you're doing right now, just, if you get this, if you don't want to join us, which I encourage that you do, but don't keep this a secret. And so Verdita, thank you so much for, giving us your time, and thank you for having me on tonight to share my story.
All right, well, Tia, thank you so much for sharing that incredible testimony. The first time I heard it, it literally blew me away. But I'm so used to hearing testimonies similar to Tia's, but it still blew me away. These types of testimonies are so phenomenal, as I told you when you first got on the call. So once again, just like Tia said, don't keep it a secret. We've got lives to change, you guys. So let's keep it going because we just got a little bit more information to share with you. Now, I want you to put your business hat on now, okay? Because Tia told you all this stuff because she wants to make sure that you understand how important this is to her to share, but you're going to be compensated for your efforts for everything you do. So let's talk about the stem cell injury really quickly. Stem cell therapy is becoming more popular. Christopher Reeves made it popular when he was Superman and he became paralyzed. He wanted stem cell therapy. But remember, he said that all stem cell injections don't work. Okay, but people are realizing the importance of healthy stem cells, and the industry is expected to explode from 200 million currently up to 300 billion. That's huge. Now, every time someone purchases one of those packages that I shared with you earlier, let's just say this is you, LaRon. Let's say LaRon is right here, and LaRon invited a guest on this call, and they decide they want to get a gold pack. They're going to fall either right here on his left or on his right. And we do have a way of controlling that. But LaRon is getting paid as soon, and it will show in his back office how much he makes as soon as that person joins. But that person will fall right here. And then let's say another person on this call joins, maybe another person that came in with Tia falls under LaRon's person. So you see what's happening. The people who come in first benefit off of the efforts of other people who come in later. So what I'm trying to tell you, as speaking, Tia was very generous by telling you that I've been in the industry for 30 years. I've been in the industry for 40 years. So I know I may not look my age, but it's been over 40 years. So guess what? Timing and positioning are key ingredients when you get started. The people who get in first benefit from all these efforts of other people. But in this compensation, this part of the compensation plan alone, you can literally earn up to $25,000 each and every week. And we literally have something in place to show you that, we can get you there pretty quickly. Okay. And Some people are already doing that, but I'm gonna tell you, for those of you who are motivated to make some serious money, we got you. All right. Here's the part that is unlimited income potential. I love it. It's called a matching bonus. People that you personally enroll, whatever they earn in the binary, and let's use $1,000 as a simple number. If that person earns $1,000 this week, you would earn 25% or $250. The company does not take it from their income. It gives this to you on top of what they earn. The people that they bring in will fall on your second level, and whatever they earn in the binary is 20%. If they earn $1,000, you will earn 20% because they fall on your second level. And when they enroll someone, those people will fall on your third level. You'll make 20% of that. In this scenario, if it's $1,000, you'll make $200. Listen, you guys, the company's paying out 65% in overrides, in matching bonuses. I want you to know this is a very, 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 very lucrative compensation plan. You just have to get in and we'll show you how to make it happen, okay? So we just have some tools that, we use to send patches out if we need to send someone patches in the mail. We have a system that is very comprehensive called Bill 331. It shows you, this website right here will go over the entire compensation plan. It will go over the system that we use. Everything has already been thought out for you. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. And then I just want to make this quick announcement that we have a big convention going on August 18th and 19th in Tampa, Florida. It's called This Is It Convention, because you guys, this is it. This patch is it. I can't think of anything else right now that is making the kind of noise that we are making. And it's because we are literally changing, in some instances, saving lives. So with that, I'm going to, stop the presentation. I want you to know that we're here to help you. I really want to encourage you to get back to the person that invited you to this call. Let them know what package you want and do it quickly so that you can position yourself at the top of their binary. Again, my name is Verdita Monk. I'm out of the Atlanta, Georgia area, and I enjoyed being with you this evening. You all have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon.